Can you give some tips about setting up the Mango AI? What would be the first 2 or 3 things we would expect Margot to do?
Okay, so I believe that Margot, she is trained right now to be a glorified receptionist. And I know that sounds bad, but I'm gonna kind of back this up from my front office rocks training. When we sit at the front desk, we wear 6, 7, 8 hats. We're an insurance coordinator, we're a financial coordinator, we're a psychiatrist, we're a babysitter, we're a receptionist, we're the plumber. And when we answer the phone, the goal of answering the phone is to be a receptionist. So I tell people, take off those imaginary hats and put your receptionist hat on. When you answer the phone, a receptionist answers the phone chipper and happy. And the goal is to get the patient to interact with you on the phone. So we still think the humans are best to answer the phones. Your humans should be answering the phones, but they're still missing phone calls. Matt's team can tell you that there are phone calls still being missed during work hours. So what Margot is really good at is handling the overflow calls nights and weekends. And her job is to get the patient to interact with her, to leave the message, tell us the intent of the call, find out what it is they need from the team, maybe collect insurance or emergency information so that the team can be efficient on the call with that patient. We are seeing a 75 to 80% success rate with that, meaning 75 to 80% of patients are actually interacting with Margot. I believe the number is much smaller with other companies. I don't know their metrics, but I know from the one I was giving you guys an example of, she says 75 to 80% of the patients hang up when they hear that they're talking to AI. So what I would consider with Margot is right now, turn it on as your overflow nights and weekends. Train it. We're training it on your office. Like it's been trained by me, but now it needs to learn your office. It needs to learn what procedures you do or don't do. It needs to learn your insurances. And then when it gets really good, eventually, if you want it to answer phones when your team's super busy or whatever, that's overflow. One thing in the future, I will say, is I believe the reason we even have overflow calls is because there's all the phone calls coming into the front desk, and we treat every phone call evenly. And one phone call might be a salesperson with another phone call is a new patient. And so the reason we even have overflow calls is because we treat them all evenly. What I'd rather do is in the future have Margot be the first line of defense where she answers the call. And when she realizes that this is a revenue generating call, it gets forwarded to the human. But if it's something that Margot can handle, AI can handle, she handles it and it doesn't even need to go to the human. So that way, the only calls coming into the front desk will be the ones that the humans need to handle. And Margot will handle getting the new insurance, giving directions, confirming the appointments, all the things AI can do. So the humans don't have to. So we'll have less calls coming into the front desk. AI is not there yet. I'm concerned about people who are using AI to do schedule patients because it is not there yet, in my opinion. So I would say just, turn on Margot to do the calls that your team can't get to.